Hi, I'm Tom Jeffers, founder of Youth Advocate Programs back in 1975 here in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. The story of Youth Advocate Programs actually goes back a few years before our 75 founding to the mid to late 1960s, when I had the very, very great pleasure of meeting and working with Dr. Jerome Miller. Jerry was working at Ohio State University School of Social Work, and I was involved in doing some work on a War on Poverty program with the local community action agency. We seemed to hit it off pretty well and completed some programmatic things here or there at Ohio State University and the War on Poverty effort through the Community Action Agency. And I followed him to Massachusetts and then on to Illinois and then eventually to Pennsylvania, where we worked with delinquent and child welfare kids in those various states. When Jerry got to Pennsylvania, this is under the Governor Schaap, his administration, the good people of Pennsylvania felt it appropriate to house the most serious juvenile offenders in the state in a medium security prison, Camp Hill Prison, just a few miles from our Harrisburg office. Jerry, in working with the Attorney General, determined that it was probably, and therefore they made it illegal to house juveniles with adult offenders, even though they were physically separated. So the question became, what do we do with those 400 and some kids that were in Camp Hill Prison? Well, we rounded up a number of federal and state dollars and began to prepare for those kids coming out of the prison and back into their respective communities throughout the Commonwealth. As we did that, the group that was identified to work with the kids in central Pennsylvania, just a few short days before the release of the first kid to central Pennsylvania, decided that the project was just a bit too risky for them. So at a very hastily called meeting, it was decided that I would start an organization, which became Youth Advocate Programs, to work with those juveniles from the central Pennsylvania area. Since then, relying on the strengths of the community and the strengths of the family and the strengths of those people that care about those kids, whether delinquent or child welfare or families with mental health or autism issues, we have grown using that intervention, not relying on residential care, but strictly those resources in the community, to many states in the country, and in fact have a fairly wide network of international contacts.